What a good looking bull this guy is, huh? Might be feeding him too well. He's in the lap of luxury right now. He only has to compete with a bunch of sheep. See how interested he is? My neighbor's got cows over there. I think he smells them. I've been really impressed with this South Pole bull so far. I can't wait to see what he does next year. You can see the sheep are in the woods and kind of at the edge of the field. It's a real scorcher today, so we're gonna go check on them real quick. Everything's kind of turning a corner. It's been pretty nice. This is one of my favorite paddocks on our farm. It's one that I really rescued from the approaching woods. The woods came down almost to where that sheep is right there. And I really cut them back and threw some seed down and put some animal impact on it. And it's just a beautiful piece of ground. I don't know if it comes on film, but it's just like a bowl we're in right here. They have shade all the way around. As we get into the evening here, they're starting to settle down and eat a little bit. But yeah, I just really enjoy this little piece of ground that we put some work into. It's fun to see the lambs really starting to grow, and they're like packing up like teenagers like they always seem to do every year. You can see quite a bit of size difference between the new ones and the old ones because of some carelessness last year. I'm really looking forward to next year doing a much better job getting back to like a 2-week lambing window. But we're really hitting our stride here as we get into the summertime. It's going to be June tomorrow, actually, I believe. And the grass is showing its vigor here. And pretty much the only animal we have that's unhappy is that bull up there because he's by himself and he knows it. He's not happy with me. He's such a chill dude, but when he's on the sheep farm, every time I come around, he just yells at me. He wants to go back to the ladies. Sheep are really getting their condition back. I really asked too much out of them this early spring by forcing them to raise lambs on hay. That's a tall order, and I'm not really feeling sorry for myself or kicking myself. Not really. What I am doing is trying to cement in my mind how important it is to manage breeding management, so that we don't have the overwhelming amount of death or my breeding ewes that are drawn down harder than they ought to. But we're coming through it. We had some speed bumps, but I'm just ending my day. It's a good productive day today. Just ending my day looking at the grass and the sunset and some content sheep here. All the birds are back. It has been very cool, and I don't know if I probably talked about this too much. At the cattle farm, at Doug's farm, he was deeply troubled as we were getting out of row crops, because he said when he was a young man, he'd get to the last row of corn or whatever, and all sorts of wildlife would shoot out of it that had been moving along, and once they had nowhere to hide, they ran for it. So he said rabbits and pheasants and doves and every other sort of creature would all be in that last row, and when he cleared it out, they'd explode out. And he said the last couple of years he hasn't seen anything. It kind of was really bothering him. And we're 1 year into the restoration of his farm, and we are seeing pheasants and doves and deer. Everything's coming back, which is very encouraging to us. That we're not there yet, but we're doing the right things. Sorry, these sheep, of course, knew I was filming, so they wandered over the hill. We're doing the things that we need to get the ground back the way it is. You can see we had we had too much hay here, but the grass is growing through it now. All right, good morning. We think I've solved a little problem I was having. I identified this little wether that was teaching all my lambs to skirt under my rope, and so I decided I had enough of him, And he's back over here. Let's see if we can drive him over here maybe. Turn off the fence for a second. See this little troublemaker? We'll see if we can push him towards the other sheep and he can just hang out with my rams and my ram lambs. Look at what a good job these rams did in clearing out this undergrowth. You can actually see through this now. I can see I got a little bit of old garbage to pick up back here. This guy is just high-spirited. I'm glad I cut his nuts off. He's one of the few Dorper crosses that made it. Really fat little sucker, but just really poorly behaved. Look at that old jungle gym, huh? Excuse me. So anyhow, I finally sat out. I was getting a little posse of lambs that were scooting under the wire here and there. And I decided to sit out yesterday and just watch them and see who was the ringleader. And it was this Weather. He was dragging. It was such a funny mix. It was him and 6 or 7 ewe lambs. And he was teaching them to just squirt out. Look at these guys. I'm trying to do this kind of ad hoc. I want to keep them to have shade because it's going to be so nasty today. Might have to peel back my layers here a little more. The old boys know exactly what to do. These are the couple of ram lambs that I really think look good. Go to your buddies. I might have to peel this back one more layer. I don't think this entrance is wide enough. Oh, the ground's awfully hard right now. We got a rain scheduled for Tuesday, tomorrow, that we really need. See, I can barely get that in there. I'm not a big fan of using these nets on the hole, but for like this small group here, it's just easier. You can set them up and I gotta fix this. This is kind of a mess. But these are the old boys. Keep flip-flopping about whether I'm going to keep him or not. I really like his color. He's a decent animal, but I'd like to replicate the absolute unit we have over there and try to pick up one of his sons and make him go forward. Yeah. So we got a corral in progress here. We're building another corral so that we can sort and work animals in a kind of a low stress environment. So I got to bring the head gate over from the other farm, get a bunch of 2x12s and get that put together so I can castrate and tag and do everything easier than I have been doing. We've been using portable panels and that kind of nonsense, and that's just not going to work. So anyhow, I want to give you a little quick update. I got to get to my actual job, even though this is what I love doing, and we'll carry on.